What's going on, you guys? This is another Lizard Rides video. In this video I'm discussing how I survive riding through the winter. And I'm going to break it down for you real quick here. I'm just heading out from work, so this should be a nice little vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the rest of it. Alrighty, you guys. Dive right into it. So a lot of the way that I survive riding for the winter is obviously you gotta bundle up, because depending on where area you live in, where you live, it's gonna be, really cold. Some places like, Arizona, the southern states, you don't really get that cold during the winter, but if you're in any Midwest, northern state, you're probably gonna experience a lot of cold weather during the winter. So with that being said, a couple things I recommend for you guys. Obviously your tires are gonna be cold. They always are when you first start riding anyways, but the colder it is outside, a little bit longer it takes for them to warm up, so it's gotta be easier on the throttle when you take off for places. You gotta be smooth with it. And that's with your steering, with your throttle, your brakes, all that, especially if you don't got ABS. My first street bike did not have ABS, traction control, or any of that. So I really had to be careful, whenever it was wet out. Especially if you have any more than 100 horsepower, So, things to think about, things to look out for. And if you live in northern states, more than likely you get a lot of rain, so like over here in Pacific Northwest, we get usually about half the year of rain, and then the other half is nice and dry and not too bad. But we get at least, a crap ton of rain. We get like 3 months of straight just rain. So it's something to look out for, one of those things, you just gotta be cautious when it's raining, because you're not gonna have nearly as much traction. You're gonna need way more braking distance. You're gonna need way more distance for everything, and way more finesse with everything, So it's like, you just gotta be cautious, essentially. It's really not that bad. People make it seem like riding in the rain and wintertime is like the scariest thing in the world. And the way I go about it, as long as there's no snow on the ground, I'm still riding. Whether it's raining, whether it's whatever, whether it's cold, I'll still ride. It doesn't really matter to me like that. But I'm from a state where it's constantly, raining. Even during the summertime, we can still get rain sometimes. It's not very likely. It's very unlikely, to be honest with you, but I've seen it happen before, So living in this type of state is something you kind of have to adapt to if you're really committed to riding, and riding a lot, Otherwise, you're going to be limited to probably 6 months of the year of just riding. And I'm not trying to have that. I like to ride, and I like to ride a lot. Especially being a newer rider, I like to get as much seat time in as I possibly can, so I can better myself and become an even better rider. It's honestly pretty beautiful right now. I'm not expecting it to be dry. I was expecting it to be rainy. I was gonna make a rain vlog, slash how I handle the rain, but I'll save that for another day, I guess. Essentially what I do to compensate for the cold is I am really easy on the throttle, especially when first leaving the house. And I'm really easy on my brakes, really easy on all my controls. Like, it sounds ridiculously simple, but basically all I really do for just cold weather. And I also bundle up. But it's not for everyone, you know? It's not for the weak. It's hard to ride in the cold. Hard to ride in any weather, you know? I hate riding through this city. It has so many traffic cameras. I hate traffic cameras. Because on my daily basis, I always ride with a plate on, you know. I'm not just riding with no plate, so I'm always worried about getting dinged at one of those. Hey, if my full-time job was just YouTube, I probably wouldn't run a plate like a lot of the time. But since my full-time job is a warehouse worker, and I just do this YouTube thing on the side, it's like, I have to run a plate a lot of the time, you know? It is what it is. Stop ripping. I spend most of this commute talking about as much important topics as I can that I think that would be worthy enough for me to cover. So yeah, since I started riding, I spent most of my time riding in the rain and bad weather. This is just kind of how I went about it and how I did it, you know? Doesn't make me special, doesn't make me like anything in particular. It might make me a little bit crazy, but that's about it, I guess. I just don't want to put my bike away for the winter like most people do around here. Almost everybody in the Pacific Northwest puts their bike away for the winter, and I'm not trying to do that. I want to ride my bike. I paid for the damn bike, and I want to ride the damn bike, you know? That's partially why I bought this girl over, instead of just continuing to ride my 919 Hornet, was that the electronics on the Hornet have been kind of messing up whenever it's raining. So I only ride the Hornet when it's dry out, and then I ride this whenever it's crappy out, and then I'll also ride the R7 when it's dry and good out too. Kind of switch between the R7 and the 919. The reason why I don't ride the R7 in the rain is because I don't want that bike to get dirty. It has a hole in the rain guard mud flap thing. So it'll just get completely soaked where all the electronics are in the battery and everything. And I feel like this thing's a lot more appropriate for low traction scenarios and things of that nature because it's got a decent amount less power. It's a little bit more manageable. This thing's a good amount lighter than that bike is, so even if it were to go down, I don't have to worry about like it being crazy as much. I'll be able to manage it a lot bit better in those situations. taking this way back home for the last month or so now because the other way gets really backed up. I don't understand why 12th is so busy. Like, I never even heard of this place before fucking started working here, you know, so it's not like it's really well-known place. I didn't even think the city was that big, but I guess it is. People that work here and do stuff here, I guess. It's weird, they got those weird police trucks here. It's super weird because it's a city and they have police trucks, which makes no sense to me. Usually, like, sheriffs out in the middle of the sticks, you know, usually got the police trucks, or sometimes highway patrol and stuff like that, but it's the first city that I've seen have police trucks. It's super weird. I also don't travel much, so I haven't really experienced a lot of places, kind of all I really know. So, yeah, that works out. I don't want to ride behind them anyway, so thank you, Light. Doing me a justice. I haven't had any encounters with these Tualatin police yet, but they seem to be really bored. And you know what bored police officers mean? Bored police officers just love to mess with people. I know, because all the Richfield police, where I grew up, also like to mess with people, so one of those things, you know? Dang. Prius is chooched. One thing I've noticed about Priuses a lot lately is that they've been sending it way more than they used to, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure it's because they're all getting used and, you know, they're selling as used cars now. They're not new like they were several years ago, but people are like, yeah, it's a used car, it's a beater. Let's just beat on it, you know? It's crazy to me. Because those used to be like, oh, god damn it, a Prius. I gotta get around this thing. It's gonna slow me down for fucking days. Now it's like, you'll just get passed by a Prius, you know? Like, what the hell? On the highway, I'll speed from here. I can be free and just go whatever speed I want, not be held back and all that jazz. Kind of good that it wasn't raining today because, well, now it is, but it's just kind of sprinkling. It's not raining, I would say, because I forgot the GoPro cover at home, so my GoPro would just be uncovered and helped by rain if I were to have been riding in the rain. Also got off work early today, so I barely beat the rain. It's about to start coming through. It's awfully lame, but hopefully I'll be at home before it starts dumping. You can see there's a lot of gray clouds up above, so it is what it is. Where I live, it's always raining. We had like a month of just like somewhat good weather, and it like tripped me out because I thought we were gonna be like good, but nope. Then February comes around and we're just cooked. I always hate this too. When somebody rides in the left lane, but they're not going even sort of fast at all. They got like a mile in front of them. And then there's plenty of space like on the other lanes, but they're just want to hold everybody back. I hate that shit. Get out of the way. Especially on a 2-lane road like this. Now I gotta go a little fast. Go! Yeah! One thing I like to do is always ride on this side of the cars if I can, because usually I'm in the left lane, so I'll side, you know, if I choose to. If, like, rephrase, if somebody slams on the brakes, or something crazy happens in front of me, they get in a crash, I have an exit, you know? We technically have an exit for there too, but it's like a lot tighter, so I try to stay off the left side, and if it gets really congested, I get over to the right side so that cars that are going to try to merge over can see me. Not how to do, because I'm still a beginner. How am I going to teach you guys how to do things if I'm still learning, you know? And I can't wait to throw the gearing back to stock. I miss not being all cranked up in my rev limiter. Out here. You know, not at rev limiter, but cranked up in the rev. Tired of that. Burning all this gas. There goes somebody. You always gotta keep your head on a swivel, you guys. You never know who's gonna try to get over on you. Maybe I can pop a wheelie that lands up behind me. I hate these beards, I can't really tell. Alright, there's sheep, so good distance away, so as long as there's nobody coming up there, try to pop one up real quick. And as long as he doesn't try to get in behind me, I gotta slow down. The little 500 don't got the power. Damn it! Alright, here we go. Baby wheelie. Gotta do at least one, you know. I'm gonna make you guys sit through this whole video without at least one wheelie. It's not fair. That'd be awfully rude of me. So help myself to a couple more real quick, because why not? I like wheelies. They're fun. One of the lots I like to hit up whenever I get the chance. Same thing with that one. That one's got a long stretch in the back of it. Super sweet. Do something right here real quick, because I'm not trying to have a no sesh or anything like that. Just trying to pop a couple of little good ones. I need to learn how to turn in my wheelies so bad. Can't really turn in them yet because I'm scared. So. Dang, hit my rear brake a little too hard. Woo! Mousetrap for a second there. Not quite that hard though, thank God. Man, I love this bike. Oh, that was weak. Come on, slow down. Ooh, spun tire mid wheelie and it kicked out a little bit on me. Woo, sketch. On the road again, going places that I've never been. Something on the road again. Yeah. On the back wheel again. Wheeling so hard I don't know. Or something. One thing I need to get better about, you guys, is learning how to do burnouts and drifts. Ever since I attempted them, started learning how to, like, quote unquote stunt. I don't even say it, I'm like, I guess I'm learning to stunt, but I'm not a stunter by any means. I'm just a dumbass who can pop mediocre wheelies and spin the wheel a little bit.
So this right here is my usual cold weather attire. I usually wear this built beautiful, I don't know what, I forgot which one. And then I usually use this Town and Field, I don't remember what brand this is. Rain jacket. It also doubles down as a windbreaker because the type of material that it is. So if it's cold, I usually wear this on top of my leather jacket because it seems to hold up the best to cold temperatures. And obviously if I'm riding on the freeway, I get a lot of wind, so it blocks out the wind from going down my shirt and into my chest area. So I'll wear that on top of that, and then I wear these MX style pants, and I'll usually have a couple layers under them if it's cold out. And I got these regular old Lee skate slash sneakers or whatever shoes, and I wear these. I don't recommend wearing just normal sneakers or shoes because they're gonna get torn up really bad if you go down at any speed, but I do this so I can keep the same feeling. I don't like switching between shoes and stuff because I like to feel like consistent every single time I'm riding, whether it's I'm doing wheelies, whether I'm doing whatever, So I wear these, and I wear these Hawk MX pants. I wear these Sedici gloves. I find these to be really nice. And then some sort of glove liner underneath. I prefer these black ones because, as you can see, these white ones get nasty real quick. So I usually do the black ones, and that keeps my hands pretty warm because I have pretty good blood circulation. I've seen people like Brian 636 use latex gloves underneath their gloves But this is just my method. This seems to work for me. It does the trick. But yeah, that's what I wear. That's my attire.
Alright, you guys, this is probably where I'm going to call it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your guys' support. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. If not, then do whatever you wish. And I appreciate every one of you guys watching this. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Take it easy. Lizard out.